This is TWiT.
Apple had a little event. Turned out it wasn't really the event that we were hoping for, like we were all going to go and stream it live and talk about it, and this was yesterday. Renee, I guess you were the one who talked me down on this one and said, no,
yes,
that was a misunderstanding.
Yes.
Somebody,
I know entirely.
Lance Ulanoff, former editor-in-chief of PC Magazine, posted the invitation on Twitter, and everybody was all a Twitter about, oh, Apple's got a December 2nd event in New York. Oh, the best of 2019. But this is kind of what they've done for the last few years, right?
Yeah, I said this on Twitter just because people were going nuts over it. They're like, where's the stream? Why isn't it up on Apple.com? And Apple does like 3 trillion of these a year. Like they have these all over the world. Not the Apple Awards, but they have, small gatherings where they do specific things, developer meet and greets, things around different kinds of apps, different kinds of accessories all the time. This one just got posted on Twitter. And because it's year-end awards and they had a fancy logo for it, it kind of took off and had a life on its own, and people were thinking, "Oh my God, Apple's going to have new hardware at the end of the year." And no, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, and they didn't announce anything at all, right? Except just the award winners.
Just the award, and I was funny because there were people like some of the Apple sites were like staking it out. What's going to happen? Where are people? And meanwhile, like friends of ours are jetting to Hawaii for this huge Qualcomm summit, and everyone else is like, "What's happening in New York?" Like, no, nothing. Pay attention elsewhere. It's fine.
Billie Eilish took top honors, Global Artist of the Year. And I guess it's her reward because tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, they're going to live stream a performance at the Steve Jobs Theater.
Wow. What a great coincidence that they were able to book this performer after announcing that they.
It would have been harder if they booked her later, Andy.
Or that they happen to have this date free.
Yeah.
And wow,
pretty
that's
amazing. Yeah.
No, it's hard to book an Apple Award-winning artist. You've got to book them before they win the Apple Award.
Well, you are a cynic like me, Andy, because I know. It was hard for me not to note that Billie Eilish was also on Saturday Night Live 2 weeks ago, and maybe she's got an album just about to come. Oh yeah, the full-length debut album. I just feel like this is kind of the music industry's awards as much as anything else.
The music industry has gotten itself a little behind it can't quite figure out how to catch up now because both Billie Eilish and Lil Nas X, which is also listed there.
Also winner.
Both of them are TikTok stars, and they really got their launch much faster than the industry was ready for.
Oh, interesting.
Their songs, and even the song that really launched Eilish in a lot of ways was not what they had planned to put out. It just happened to have a sample that people started dancing to, and so I think that they're trying to kind of figure out how to do that.
So the music awards were also they did game awards as well and app awards. So we'll do the music awards first. Artist of the Year, Billie Eilish,
who evidently doesn't know who Van Halen is.
Yeah, that was going making the rounds on Twitter. Yeah. But she's 12.
Well, the funny thing is that Van Halen. Then they asked Eddie Van Halen.
He doesn't know who she
Halen,
is.
No, Eddie Van Halen doesn't listen to music. That was the craziest thing that came out of some interview. He said, I only listen to the music that I'm working on at that moment. He doesn't even listen to his old music. Like he listens to what he's working on, and he said, I find the other stuff. I said sometimes he listens to Yo-Yo Ma because he likes cellos. But outside of that, he literally just thinks about what he's playing, and he doesn't think about anything else.
I was thinking about that the other day. If I were a songwriter, I might not either, because how hard is it not to accidentally repeat a riff that you heard?
Pure, Leo. You have to stay pure.
Yeah. Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Not yet.
Yes.
So listen to that theme. And then go back and listen to Rocky.
Oh, jeez.
No. Do this. Go back and listen to Rocky while he's working out or whatever. It's
Gonna fly
listen to those
now.
two. Yeah. Go to those.
Gonna fly now.
Just listen to those two back and forth. And it turns out that the composer for The Mandalorian actually worked on the last 2 Rocky films. Yeah. So it didn't come by accident.
Well, remember the Ghostbusters theme? Huey Lewis and the News sued.
Right.
And won.
That was like a blatant. They asked them to do that song, and when they turned it down, they hired I can't remember the guy who did it. Yeah, thank you, Ray Parker Jr. to make a song that sounded just like that. So That was like an actual.
George Harrison and My Sweet Lord.
Yeah, that's a classic one because George Harrison did not intentionally do that, but of course he knew he's so fine.
He's so fine.
Well, I think
he knew that as a teenager he heard that song many times. It was a huge hit, and then it was just in his head, and that's why I don't really blame Eddie Van Halen for not listening to music.
It doesn't sound like he's doing it to protect himself. He just doesn't. He's just not interested. It's just a fascinating.
Hey, I don't listen to podcasts. Actually, I do. But I don't as much as I should, probably. I'm in the business.
There's an interview somewhere with Eddie Van Halen shot horribly, and the audio is mixed quality, but of him playing and how he got to what he does, it's amazing. Like the content is amazing. The video is not. But it's on YouTube somewhere, and you should watch it. If you like Van Halen, it's amazing to watch him go.
So other winners. By the way, that's a picture of, for no reason, Billy's brother.
He wrote one of the songs.
Oh, he wrote, okay.
The song
Phineas. I agree with this one. Breakthrough Artist of the Year, Lizzo. I think what's clear is these all are new artists, all of them, right? Or newish artists, anyway. And, I don't feel like there is a dearth of music industry awards. In fact, they point out that Lizzo got 8 Grammy nominations. So it's not like she hasn't won her share of awards. There's the AMAs, the Grammys, the music video awards. I mean, there's just an endless number of music industry awards. So
I do think that the online industry is about to start. I think we're going to see more of this, where the online, and I'm not talking about
isn't iTunes the number, I don't know if it still is, but for a long time, it was the number one music place people bought music.
Like buy music, I think so.
Yeah, buy and a large shot. Now I don't know if people even buy music anymore.
But I think that online retail, whether it's video or audio, is about to assert itself because they're the biggest game in town now, and I think that they're tired. Like this whole, I think we talked about this last week, but we're not going to care about the Oscars in 10 years. There's going to be online awards that are if the Oscars don't embrace the online streaming platforms, the platforms will build their own awards, and they're the only, and they're going to slowly push them off. I mean, they've already dropped 20% in viewership.
So the 3 awards we just did, which are Global Artist, Songwriter of the Year, and Breakthrough Artist of the Year, those are selected by the editorial team.
Right.
There are 2 awards based on streaming data, which is a little less subjective. And the Song of the Year, the most played single on Apple Music, Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, which I admit I contributed 5 or 6 of those plays. It's one of those songs it's so short, it's 2 minutes. You got to play 5 or 6 times just to get a normal length out of it.
Right.
And it's really
not Stairway to Heaven.
It's catchy. It's catchy. They don't say if it was his version of Old Town Road or the one with Billy Ray Cyrus on it.
They're both his version.
Yeah.
You see, we make fun of Billy Ray Cyrus and his achy breaky heart, but as the decades roll on, his influence just keeps getting greater and greater.
He's the
Ravi Shankar of Marvin Park. The evolution all the way back.
That's actually been a model. Like if you look at Despacito, there was 10 versions of it with different stars.
That's what they do now.
The model is bring those names in with this person.
Samples. It's all marketing. One thing that is unique. I wish they'd called these the cookies. Okay, they don't. But one thing that is unique, they have these awards are actually a silicon wafer.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's really pretty.
Is it a very thin wafer?
It's a 12-inch.
It's wafer.
The 12-inch wafer of silicon with nanometer level flatness. I'm sure Billie Eilish will appreciate that. Copper layers are deposited and patterned by ultraviolet lithography to create connections between billions of transistors.
Oh, shut up, Apple. We don't care about your manufacturing. I know you're really pleased about your manufacturing processes, but how about you get someone to design something as iconic as an Emmy statue or as an Oscar statue? How about that? They don't brag about, and you know that the tolerances for the molecule display that the Emmy is holding is down to, we don't care. It's just a really pretty statue, even if it meant nothing, which kind of it does. It would be a pretty object. I'm sorry.
Say one? I have one question. Does Apple have a fab?
No.
So this isn't even made by Apple. It's made by TSMC or somebody.
Is it a real fab? I mean, they could have just found a machine and pressed it off.
It could be made up. This, though, for people who don't, I have one of these wafers on my wall somewhere. I love these things. Actually, it's a home.
Oh yeah, they're very pretty. I have some too.
Because what they do is they cut these up, and that's how you get the individual chips. So they make hundreds of them.
Suit, right?
Yeah.
On stage.
But in order to make this, you have to have a fab. So Apple's waxing rhapsodical about somebody else's manufacturer. I just want to point that out.
I wonder they're also talks about these of course were rejects that didn't pass quality inspections and were of no use.
Yep. So that's the music awards, and I have to say it feels a little like a marketing ploy.